Welcome to Simply Living It. Today I want to share a quick August and September homeschool recap. I want to talk about how things have been going, how curriculum stuff has been going, what our daily flow has looked like. August and September. So far, let's start with September because that's right where I'm at. The month of September has truly been a blur in our homeschool because I was gone to North Carolina. If you missed that video, I'll link it below. You should check it out. It was an incredible trip with some of my favorite people. And we flew across the United States to go meet a friend and spend some time on the beach. And it was a true gift from God. However, that made part of September a blur. So a whole week is out in our homeschool with the things that I'm doing with my boys because I'm not here. I just got back from my trip. I'm now prepping for us to leave for another 10 days to archery camp up at our cabin. It's archery season, it's hunting season. These are the things that we do. This is what September normally looks like as far as like the archery hunting side of things. Hunting season is always busy and kind of here and there, and it's hard to really truly find a strict routine. I feel like we really find and sink into a routine in October. For us, that's when it really hits that we're like, we've got our slow start out of the way. We're back into the swing of co-op. Life is really, truly just like we're kind of settling in, if that makes sense. Still in the in-between where there's a lot of here, there, and everywhere, which is beautiful and great and wonderful. And that's how it is in our home. All of these things lead me into loving the idea of year-round homeschooling this year. Now, hear me out on this. This is just a thought that I've been having because of the way things have looked. But truly going a little bit deeper into the summer months in our homeschool, or maybe starting a little bit sooner than August, like maybe starting in July, like a slow start so that we don't have a lot of bouncing around in the month of September. It's a little bit crazy and that's okay. It's beautiful, but I start to feel a bit of pressure when like this September, there's 2 full weeks that we're just not really doing the hardcore stuff, which is okay. That's why we homeschool. So I'm giving you permission, Mama, also to allow that adjustment phase of figuring out your rhythm and your groove and really settling into that. Things have always shifted for us. This is our 13th year as a homeschooling family, and it looked different and has looked different every single year. It's never been the same. However, August was beautiful. August was our slow start to homeschooling. So we slowly started easing in with math. I got to where I was having my boys do math every single day because I am one of those mamas who feels like when we start a fresh homeschool year, if we haven't done anything over the summer, it is so far out of their mind that it takes forever to get back into the swing of things. So we really spent some time diligently working through the summer months on multiplication facts and working through Denison algebra with my boys as well. We stopped basically like our language stuff and spelling. We didn't do any of that through the summer. So we started that back up in August and are slowly, like I said, trying to find our vibe, like our rhythm for this year. I know every single day that my son, my oldest, goes to work at 1 o'clock. So we essentially have to be done with our group subjects by 12:30 at the latest, depending on when lunch falls into that, because we have to have time to finish our family stuff. So when I was on my trip to North Carolina, one of my friends this is her 3rd year homeschooling, okay? She was not homeschooled. This was a huge step of faith for her family. She shared something with me on that trip that really caught my attention and caught my interest. And I am gleaning so much from her also as a new homeschool mom that is beautiful. And that's what I love about this space. I love about this YouTube community is that we all do things different. We all find different things that work in our home and our family because our children are different. We are different. Our lifestyles are different. There are no 2 homeschooling families that do it identically the same. We each have different things and different incentives that we bring into this space, and I love it so much. And one of the things that I gleaned from her, I'm going to share with you coming up in a separate video, but it's essentially a contract between my children and I. We are treating homeschooling as a job for them that they will show up to, they will show up on time for, they will do their best. And there are incentives and rewards for that. That's something we've not ever done It's just been, we do it because this is their duty, right? It goes unspoken that you show up for school, you do school with a good attitude. I'm going to show up and teach you with the best of my abilities and limited interruptions and distractions. And that's how we're going to roll. But this is something I can't wait to implement as soon as we come back from elk camp, because I can't start something new and set these like parameters and requirements when we're going to be gone anyway. Like, that's just extra chaos. So there will be more to come on these things that I'll be sharing with you in future videos once we get back and get settled in with things and find out what our actual rhythm and flow in our homeschool is going to look like. I'm not a scheduled mama. I don't have a strict schedule I follow, but I have a block, like a blocked time that is, this is our homeschool and this is what I hope to accomplish in it. I'm a reverse record keeper. You know that, I've shared that. Nothing new in that form. However, there's going to be some changes in how we're doing things and the relationship and the, maybe, I don't know if the requirements is the right word, but it's going to look different and the incentives are going to look different for my children. So I'm excited to share more about that with you. This is not my idea. This is her idea. And I think it's genius for those of us that are looking at more of those, like, we're homeschooling older kids and I'm ready to teach you life skills and the consequences and the incentives that come from fulfilling, being accountable, showing up and building those character skills and character traits and doing it well, and the incentives and the rewards that come from that, right? So that's the whole thing behind it for my home and my family, character building, life skill side of things, all while we are doing our normal homeschool stuff. So it's a fun spin on it. It's something new. I'm excited to try it out, but that's up and coming for the month of October. I really hope to have it fully implemented by then, and I'll share more about it with you at that point. I am planning and preparing some very fun, encouraging things for the membership community side of my channel, organizing and rolling all of that out, organizing what our homeschool is going to look like and my goals and visions for the month of October and beyond. And then on top of it, nestling into co-op. So that's been a lot of what has changed what things look like for us, because they have homework now. It's been more intense, probably the most intense, and I say that like loosely and lightly, but intense year as far as co-op goes, because my boys are older. I did choose to put my 8th grader in 2 of the high school courses. So that's creating extra workload across the board that we are then also doing in our homeschooling time during the day. It's beautiful. I don't have to do anatomy and physiology at home. I don't have to do astronomy at home. I don't have to do speech at home. Like, those are all being done at co-op, and that's incredible. But we do have the homework and things to do, so it does make our normal day look slightly different. So it's been beautiful thus far. I'm happy with all the curriculum we've chosen thus far. I still have not settled in on a history because I feel like I've been North Carolina, home, co-op, home. I really just haven't had time to sink into what I'm hoping and looking for. We might stick with gather round history. We might add in not grass history. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about all of that, but either way, things are going great in our homeschool, trying to nestle in, like I said, to that schedule and routine and flow of what our homeschool journey is going to look like for the next few months and the duration of this homeschool year. So thank you for stopping by to spend some of your time with me in just recapping the last month and a half of this homeschool year and motherhood. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I pray many blessings over you and your family this homeschool year. I will catch you in our next video. Bye.